Hey everyone, so here's the part 2 of how to host your Gatsby blog that we created in the previous video on AWS Amplify. And I believe that we didn't push some changes to the to GitHub, so we'll do that right here now. And if you're not sure, you can totally check it by running the command git status, and you can see that the post 4 file that we added, our fourth post, is not been pushed to GitHub. So what we can do is add that file, and you can do git add uh, period, and then you can commit it, uh, the message add post. So now your changes are committed and they are ready to push. You can do git push, and we go back to GitHub now, added the post dash 4 file um, 26 seconds ago. So our project is up to date, and now we can go ahead and dive into how we'll deploy this on Amplify. So if you log into your AWS account and just type Amplify, the AWS Amplify, and as you can see, you can deploy and you'll get this welcome page if you have no apps, which no one has any apps currently deployed. So either you're, I guess you're familiar with the um, icons, and you can also do it through CLI, which I'll do another video, I guess, as a tutorial on how to get used to the Amplify CLI. So yeah, let's just get right into it. And as you can see, there's a lot of good documentation on how you can get started, which I won't go in this video. But yeah, you should go ahead and find out what other kinds of apps you can deploy through Amplify, and it's super easy, especially through console. So yeah, let's just connect our GitHub in order to so that Amplify can pull the code and deploy it. So as you can see, you'll see all your repos here. In my case, I named it blog starter, as you can see here. So the branch, we didn't set up any multi-branch in our GitHub repo. We just have one branch called master. You can go ahead and click next. Here you'll see what the build settings are. AWS Amplify. So these are the commands that would run. If you guys remember, we were using Gatsby develop, run dev server, and see the changes we made live on the localhost 8000. So you can either run npm run build, npm, or Gatsby build. With regards to Gatsby build, you need to install Gatsby CLI first. So that's why we'll just leave it to this and don't change anything. Click next. All your settings in here. So source for the repository is GitHub. Repository name is my username, blog starter. Branch is master. And we'll leave the app name blog starter. You guys can go ahead and change it. That's fine. Just click save and deploy. I'm just gonna pause my video here because it'll take a few steps to deploy the site. it'll provision it. There's the web deploy, then it would verify by navigating. You should also see a screenshot or a screen capture of your site here. So I'm just gonna pause the video now and jump back right in when it's deployed. So as you can see, it went ahead and built Gatsby app and deployed it, and it's also verified. Go to this URL. You guys can see that it's public now, and you can navigate your blog page, and the GitHub would just take to my GitHub account as we set up the GitHub and Twitter links. So it's functioning as we expected, and if you just go into the article, you can kind of see the articles that we had in there, and you can see how fast it is. If on Lighthouse, you can kind of see what the score. So you can see that it's their performance is 100, accessibility 100, best practice is 100, SEO 100. So that's why I chose this template. And you can also set up your custom domain. If you go under domain management, like add domain, you should be able to configure your own domain in here. If you purchase the domain through Route 53 AWS service, or the DNS service by AWS, it should just appear right here. As you can see, I have 2 domains. Or can buy your own domain at from some other company like GoDaddy or Namecheap, and then point it towards Route 53. I can do another video where show you how to do that, or you can buy a free domain, which in case I'm using rishabkumar.ml, which I purchased through Renome. I have a video, I'll link it down below. You can buy free domains, basically for registering it for a year, which is good. They're not top level domains, so you would get something like .ml, .ga, .tk, which is good for side projects, I would say. And you should be able to configure it here. I won't do it because I already have them configured for some other apps. But you also see there are a lot of different app settings that you have access to. You can change the build settings that it's using by modifying the YAML file here. You can set up web. I won't go into too much detail here. You can set up use branches, or if you have like a dev branch, you're working with a bigger team, and see a preview how the dev version of your app looks like, and push it to production. You can set them up here. That's pretty much it. Now I'll go over how you can deploy your blog site on Netlify. So if you don't have an account, go set one up. And the cool part is that you can host your websites for free. And so I'll get right into it. I have my GitHub account linked, so I'll go ahead and click new site from Git. And if I choose GitHub, it should be authorized. See my repos. And if we search for blog starter, here it is. And the branch is master. You can see the build command here. It's Gatsby build, and the published directory is the public folder when it runs the Gatsby build command. So that would generate a public directory in which you have your static site files that are needed. We'll go ahead and click deploy, and now you can see it's deploying the site. You can go ahead and see the logs for your deploy, and as you can see, it's right now installing the npm packages. our modules. I'll pause the video here just because it'll take some time for it to deploy the site, and we'll jump back when it's done. So as you can see, the build process is done, and you can see the message that says site is live. So if you scroll up and click on preview deploy, you can see that the site is public now, and you can show off your blog by using this URL. I would recommend going in and setting up custom domain. And as you can see, you should see that on the overview page. And I already told you that I'll link down the video where you can get a free domain. It's not top level domain, but it's still good than the generic .netlify.app. It gives you a bit of customization, and the projects just feel more personal. But yeah, that's pretty much it, and I'll wrap up the video here, and we'll keep coming out with good content which is valuable for you guys. And hope you guys like this series of how you create your own blog and host it on AWS Amplify or Netlify.